Hi, welcome to Gay Boy Guide. I'm your host, Alex Vanderhook, and today our guide is Jimmy Fowlie, comedian and writer of Gogo Boy Interrupted. Jimmy, thank you so much for being with us today.
Totally, yeah.
So I wanted to bring you on today to talk about your new series. I think it's a series. Actually, that's my first question. Is you've got this new show, Gogo Boy Interrupted, and I've seen the trailer, but is it a stage show? Is it a web series?
That's a really good question, actually. It's a stage show, so like I just felt like there was so many web series that like the last thing that Los Angeles needed was like one more web series. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I just kind of wanted to do like a live sketch show with video elements. You know, so basically the story of Gogo Boy Interrupted is about this kid Danny he's kind of a dumbass and he gets fired from being a go-go boy. So then the video sketches are like his story, like him getting fired and him trying to get back on his feet, and that will be in between the live sketches.
And I think it raises the question of what does a go-go boy do after all of that's ended? Like
porn, I guess.
The porn? Is
yeah.
That's what next for Danny Carter?
He tries to, I don't want to give too much away of the series, you guys, but he tries to do babysitting. He thinks it's a really hard industry to break into. And yeah, he loves working with kids, so he tries to do that, but he's had 3 DUIs, so that's a problem.
Obviously.
And, but yeah, I mean, from my own personal experience, because that's where I got the idea for the show, is when I was a go-go boy, was like just the gay community is like so obsessed with youth, and so it's interesting to see kind of men who use their, you know, sexuality and their youth as currency, like what happens when they kind of get too old
right, and
to
they
do
don't
that.
Have that anymore.
Yeah, and it's just like a weird juxtaposition of, you know, being so, because I just always feel like with gay guys can be like idiots and get away with it. Like you can know so little about what's going on in the world and you know.
Well, especially here in Los Angeles.
It's the worst.
Where it's like the industry.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
And you had your good friend and, you know, someone who you've worked with, Jordan Black, direct the series, and he's directing the show as well, correct?
Yeah, so he directed the videos, and then he's also going to direct a live show, and he's hilarious, and I'm so lucky I had him because so many of the scenes, like his punch-ups, he would just make it so much better, and he was really good at like, because I think with Jordan I realized like, you want to do what's unexpected, you know, like I think sometimes our brains fall into like the pattern of like, okay, so you know, this is kind of the general story, so this is what should happen, and he would always be like, well, you kind of expect that, so just do the opposite, you know, like with the mom, initially she was kind of this judgmental mom, and she was like really frustrated with me, and he was like, oh, you should make her like even more of a drunk than Danny is, you know. So it was like kind of those opposites.
Well, and I loved seeing you and Tessa Goss
play
together. I mean, I'm obsessed with her to begin with.
She's so funny.
She's hysterical.
And she's so pretty too. Like I would just like text her pictures of herself when I was editing. I was like, you're gorgeous.
Oh my! I'll bet she loved that.
Oh my God, she lives for it. Like women just want to be like, for you to tell them that they're gorgeous all the time, and then they're cool.
But okay, so this has kind of caught fire a little bit. It's been on Towel Road, WeHoville, and even Huffington Post has done a write-up of it.
I'm just laughing because when I initially was on Towel Road, I had never heard of that, so I was telling someone, and I was like, it's on Towel, and they're like, what? And I just thought the name of the website was called Towel, so I'm running around bragging that it's on Towel, and everyone's like, what the fuck are you talking about? So yeah, it got picked up by a couple blogs, so that was cool.
Right, and I have a quote of you saying, "Dancing at a club doesn't give you any real world skills. In other words, just like my degree in theater, it is worthless." Which I think is amazing, especially given all the recent debate on, you know, college degrees and if they're worth it, and all the money that people pour into it.
For sure, yeah. I think in retrospect, I would have gone to school for a year and then just dropped out and like done improv and done sketch comedy at the school and just done like acting in LA or something, or done Groundlings.
Because is it worthless? Like, do people say, oh wow, like here's a degree, or Or do they more so look at the groundlings and the UCB than they do the USC?
Yeah, for the USB.
The USB.
They always
they
want
always
to look at my
wanna look at the
USB.
USB.
Um,
Well, that's where all your headshots are,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, totally. I actually used to think that it mattered, and like the program I was in was like one that you had to audition for. It was called the Bachelor of Fine Arts. So we all thought that it was like meaningful. I would literally say, "Oh well, I have my BFA," and people would be like, "What? Like no one cares about that. We can't use it."
I was about to say, on that super depressing note, here is Jimmy's trailer for Gogo Boy Interrupted.
Can we actually watch it?
Yeah, we can. Oh look, I have it
Yes.
pulled up. Oh no, that's you. I was just face talking you.
We got 345 likes. That's cool.
That's a ton. Well, and you've got thousands of views on.
Yeah.
And
it's weird because most of my videos are like me by myself in my living room in a wig, and like no one will watch them, and like girls, like 10-year-old girls from the Midwest will be like, "You suck." So like it's so weird to have something that actually people are like, "Oh, this is cool. This could be like a show."
Right.
My name is Danny Carter, and I work in LA's hottest club. You are a go-go god. To be a go-go boy, there are a few requirements.
He's hot. That guy.
You're like, I would.
What if I was pointing to myself? What if like reveal I literally said that about myself?
This guy out there gave me a 20, and he like only kind of put his finger in my hole.
My mom saw that. Just
Not
so
bad for
everyone
us high school dropouts, am I right? Okay, I guess you don't really.
I love your mom. Actually, I would love to know more about your family life.
It's so depressing.
I know.
Were there any other comments? No, just a bunch of gifs of me getting fucked. Danny, you can't wear that. Oh, good point. I should definitely have sleeves. God, you're stupid. I'm not shaving your asshole, Danny. Call 911. What's your favorite thing to do in LA? I guess coke. If someone's getting meningitis and died in the hospital, do you If you guys heard that I died, wouldn't you like follow up on that?
That's my favorite line.
Thanks,
of
yeah,
the
that
whole
was
thing.
I love that look. It's
Fucking fire.
Martin
My doctor said I can't get
Solvig and the Cataracts. I forget how you say his last name.
3 DUIs. Can you even drive?
Okay. How did we end up here?
No, it's just the person.
No, like literally, how did we end up here? I remember being at my house, and then I came here to pick me up.
So dumb. Oh my god, look at this. 4 dislikes. I don't even
You're
want to do
going
the show.
down.
I don't even want
Downward
to do the show
spiral.
anymore.
Downward spiral. All right, well, that was Gogo Boy Interrupted. Jimmy, thank you so much for coming on.
Totally. Thanks for
Such a
having
blast to have you, and I can't wait to see the show and see how it does.
Me. Thanks, Alex.
Yeah.
That was great.
If you want to follow Jimmy Fowlie, you can follow him at Jimmy Fowlie on Instagram and Twitter. And if you want to watch the full link to Gogo Boy Interrupted, the link is below. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.